What's up guys, I got some different things in front of me that will help me to transform an older camera into a cinematic movie making machine. Now a lot of days you're going to be seeing new cameras coming out on the market. Whatever the next camera is, it's slightly improved, slightly better. What if you could take an older camera that you already have, or it's cheaper, you can get it on a budget, would it still get you great content? We're going to compare just the nothing added to it Action 3 to the original Osmo Action and turn this thing into a movie making machine. So first up, we got some Polar Pro ND filters that you can get for your Osmo Action. We're just gonna remove the original screen protector and then screw on this new adapter base. And then these filters will just snap on here magnetically. So really easy to swap. We've got an ND4, an ND8, and an ND16. These different ND filters are gonna allow us to shoot in bright daylight, sunset, sunrise. If you just had the original glass on here, it has no filter on it. You're gonna get harsh blown out footage if you're trying to use the 180-degree shutter rule. Now the 180-degree shutter rule is a very important thing to use when you want to get very cinematic looking footage. If you want natural motion blur in your footage, you're gonna want to use that 180-degree shutter rule. So if we're gonna set our frame rate to 30 frames per second or 60 frames per second, then we're gonna have to go over here to our shutter speed. Now I do this on my other cameras as well. Just to make it easier, I'm gonna set everything to 30 frames per second. So then go over to your shutter speed, and the 180 degree is doubling your frame rate. So double that 30 and you have 60. So we're gonna set our shutter speed to 60. That's gonna create the best image and video quality out of our cameras. I put an ND4 on here. We'll see, we may have to switch it out depending on the weather. If it's gonna be bright sunny, ND4 is gonna be good for sunrise, sunset. So anywhere at about those times where it's a little bit darker. Then you'll switch to ND8 when you're at midday, partly cloudy, and then switch to an ND16 if you are in midday, you've got a sunny day. Now a mostly cloudy day is actually the perfect time to shoot when the light outside is very even. Just like with my light box here, we've got diffusers on it, just so we don't have that harsh light and get hard shadows. When we've got a mostly cloudy day, we've got the clouds blocking the sun, so we don't have harsh shadows. So let's go ahead and set this up. This is the PGY Tech case. You'll be able to get this case for other action cameras as well, but my old case broke, so I've got to use this one. Just gonna slip the camera in here. You want to pull off this little side cover over here and then pick up this little adapter. I'll have all this linked down in the description for a vlog setup and a motovlog setup. This has an angled USB-C on it, so you're able to charge the camera or run any accessory thing on there. And then it also has that 3.5 jack on there. That's going to allow us to get the audio that we need. Now if you're doing a vlog setup, you'll probably have a tripod or a hand grip, something that you can run around with and have your camera mounted on that. We're going to stick on our action camera mount. Right here we've got the mini Manfrotto tripod where you can grab. DJI has a nice little handheld tripod. I'll leave it down in the description for you to pick up if you need one. If you want an external microphone, I would pick up the little Rode Video Micro or the Rode Video Micro 2. And the thing with this PGY Tech case is it has those cold shoe mounts on it, either on the top or over on the side. And I like to mount mine on the side because when you have that microphone up on the top, it kind of covers the lens of the camera. Then you'll just need the 3.5 cable. Plug in your microphone over to your camera. Now, when you turn your camera on and you've got your mic connected, you'll see the little audio indicator up here in the corner. So I'm gonna go into my settings. I'm gonna leave the rock steady on. That will give us some stabilization. And on these action cameras, most times they have a ISO max setting. So if you don't want your ISO to get too blown out and too bright, you can set that max setting. And then I like to run my EV setting right there at 0.3. Then depending on what you are vlogging, if you just want the standard setting or if you want to turn your D-warp on. So if you have it off, you're gonna get a lot wider picture. And if you turn it on, you'll get a little bit more cropped in. That way the edge of the screen doesn't look like it's kind of that fisheye look. Then depending on if you want to edit your footage a little bit more or less, you can either leave your auto setting here or turn it to D-cinelike. That will allow you to edit your footage to whatever you like your color grade to look like. All right, I'm gonna set this one up. It looks a little bit bright, so I'm gonna switch out the ND filter. This is ND4. This is ND8. It looks a bit better. I'm gonna try ND16 and see if it's what we need. Yeah, ND16 for this nice bright sunny day. So that camera is set to our 180-degree shutter rule. We've got an ND filter on here and we've got external audio. This other camera, I'm just gonna set it up to auto. All the video modes are set to auto. We don't have pro mode turned on. Auto color settings that you're gonna see from this camera. And there's a little bit of a breeze, as you can tell by the tree next to me here. On my left is going to be the Osmo Action with external microphone. We've got a dead cat on it, so that's gonna reduce the wind noise. And over here to my right is the Action 3. We have full auto settings on it. I'll do another test here, put it into D-cinelike, do all the 180-degree shutter rule and everything, but I don't have ND filters for it, and I don't have an external mic on it. All right, so we're gonna set this Action 3 up to the same settings as our Osmo Action. 4K, 30 frames per second. We got our shutter speed, 180-degree shutter rule, and we've got our color to D-cinelike 10-bit is gonna give us a lot more color range to work with. All right, we're on the same settings on the Osmo Action, and over here on the Action 3, same settings, and this is what we're getting. That ND filter is cutting out a lot of those highlights. I don't have the front mic turned on, so you're going to get, you know, maybe some stereo noise around the camera. So check this out. If I was to take that ND filter off of the Osmo Action, if I just hold this ND filter over the Action 3, there you can tell that you're getting a lot nicer image out of it. So if you get some ND filters, you'll be able to use that 180-degree shutter rule, get a really nice natural motion blur in your image, and not have blown out highlights. And this is with our warp turned off on the Osmo Action, and then we're on the wide setting here on the Action 3. Now the Action 3 is on our ultra wide setting, and I'm holding these the same distance away. I've got the cameras right next to each other. So setting this to our standard is going to be equivalent to about 15mm lens, and wide is going to be 11mm lens, and then ultra wide sets it down to 10mm. So these newer Action cameras can shoot quite a bit wider. The thing about setting up a vlogging kit with your Action camera is it's a lot more small, compact. You can fit it into a small bag or just in your pockets, and you're not carrying around a big DSLR camera or mirrorless camera with big lenses that you have to lug around in a bigger bag or a backpack. So hopefully this comparison helps you guys set up an Action cam vlogging setup that will get you great footage. I'll have all the links listed down below, so you will be able to set up your own Action camera vlogging kit. Whether you have an Osmo Action or an Action 3 or an Action 4, I'll have them all down below so you can take your video game to the next level in getting better quality footage. So there we go. We've got our vlog setup, a budget-friendly vlog setup. If you want to check out the motovlog setup, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys in that video next.